Yeah, you probably heard that. Okay. One control I want to give just a little spray to is this. This is the fine tuning here. Just a little tiny blast. It wasn't a little tiny blast, but it's close enough. It's not beautiful. Well, you know, this control is really stiffed out, and so is this tuning. I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong with it. There's a kind of a weird mech under this little indicator, and actually I shouldn't touch that. Don't touch that. Reason being, you don't want to get that all grossed up. Power supply's hanging in there. Well, so it appears, so let's back up again here. And what is all this noise? More school buses. School's come back in session. Sorry, this could be way better, but it is what it is. So, the power supply works. Works is a relative term. It needs to be fixed up. The band switching appears to work. The pre-selector appears to work. At least the tuning and the upper and lower sideband and the lighting and the fine tuning appear to work. The attenuator appears to work, and the audio filter, it's kind of a relative term too, appear to work. So what can we do to make this better? Well, we need to fix a few things. One of the things is this control is just stiffer to board. My good old friends at WWV. I don't care what anybody says. I love WWV. They're kind of like a RF lighthouse on a friendly shore. Well, I guess we could tune around at some other bands and see what else we get. A quick check would be to... The lock light appears to work. So that's... Let's see, that was... I think we went the wrong way. Okay, so that's actually at 9 megahertz. So this should be 10. Yeah, it appears to here. Boy, I'm going to have to get a pipe wrench to loosen that baby up. There it is. It's a little off. Well, okay, so a lot of stuff works. Well, we set this old gal down. Give her a fighting chance here. A lot of these radios, I lost my antenna. Can't remember what I was going to say now. It must have been really important. A lot of these radios, when you get them, the controls are all gunked up and they don't work. And a lot of the problems aren't really electrical problems. They're just old, tired controls that haven't been moved in 30 years. This is a perfect example. This thing looks like hell. Let's be really blunt. But I've already cleaned it up enough. Now we'll need to recap it, especially over here. About, Well, I think all the filter caps, all the electrolytics are on this board. This is kind of a combination detector, demodulator, and audio amp board. All the RF goodies go there. The FRG7 is really kind of a lean, mean RF machine. It really is. It's a pretty amazing little machine. One of these days I'm going to do a top 10 receivers. And so if somebody steals my idea, you know where it came from. And this would definitely be in the running. I'm not sure where, but it would definitely be in the running. It would have a pretty high place if I had to just guess right off the bat. It's not a perfect machine. This one is far from perfect, but it's a pretty tough machine. There's probably few things that could stop this from working permanently. But since it's pretty much all discrete, short of someone running over it with a tank or loud buses. Oh, that's fire brigade. Sorry. I just can't win tonight. I'm going to give up here in about a minute. This really isn't, or is a pretty indestructible piece of equipment. This one's a little different than my other two. My other two, the headphone jack, I think is the standard 1/4 inch. Things appear to be a little off, but what do you want for, 30 years old? I'm at least that old and I'm way off.
Son número 2, con 153, y el más inteligente, créalo o no, fue el...
That's probably a Bannacuda. That's not bad for a set of leads, really. I'm going to put that on eBay.
From man to my people.
Hacerlo así era lo lógico.
Probably more Habana.
A secarse los dedos que habían tocado a Dios. ¿Cómo iban a cerrarse los ojos que lo vieron?
If I had a bitch about the FRG, it's that the pre-selector is manual and it doesn't track, so it makes tuning no fun. I don't know, you tell me, does it get any better than that?
Este misterio. ¿Y ahora?
Well, I'm going to let you go here. So, like I promised, we're not going to hold anything back. I'm just gonna sit down and kind of step through the thing in a logical format. I'll probably videotape it and just start at the bottom and work my way to the top and see if there are any bands or anything that is missing. There's a chip on that knob. Oh well. So right off the bat, the only thing I really need to get, other than some bug spray, man, the mosquitoes are nasty tonight, is this little switch, and that's nothing major. It's no deal breaker. Okay, so overall, it's in the middle. It came poorly packed. I don't think a little bit of bubble wrap and an old bag really classic. What do I want to say? Count as packing. But overall, it survived the trip, and it was no prize pig when I got it, so it's not hurt. Oh. Switch is screwed up. Okay, we'll leave you. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully you'll come back and see some more of this FRG trainer. Okay, one of the things that's broke on this is the coupler. This is the band coupler. It's in the megahertz. And that joint there, you can actually see that is cracked. And when it cracked, it lost tension on there. So what I've done here is I tightened this second set screw a little bit, but if you look carefully, it appears to be breaking also. So I need to find a new coupler, or, yeah, see, it's also breaking there. This whole thing is coming unraveled, and it's breaking there too. So apparently this is probably an FRG thing, FRG 7 thing. What I could do is I could put a dab of super glue on this side, or maybe better yet, I could loosen all this and shove this off of there, and I could dope that up with some RTV, which is silicone rubber, and slide it back on, and maybe it'd have enough grip to stay there, and then I could tighten the set screws all back up. And if it need be to be worked on, it would be easily removed with a little elbow grease and nothing major. Maybe that would be an okay repair. I don't know. We'll just see. Like I said, I just tightened this a little bit. And of course, these are all metric screws. This screw here is pretty much kind of stripping out. I might be able to, I don't know, I'm just going to leave it alone and just see how this works out. Well, that's not bad.
Talk about politics. Waste the showtime for that. Anyway, on tonight's show, I'll be talking, of course, about carrot bars, that new gold investment process that I'm working on. And the more I learn about this, the more I like it.
So I need to go down through the bands and see what works and what doesn't here.
Looks like we know.
Tonight. Somebody help me. Step forward.
Yes, good evening, KJ5IM. How are you, sir?
And what you got there is WWV on 5 megahertz, so we're creeping down here. So far, things have been working. edge of the pre-selector there. You probably won't hear too much there. Yeah. Wrong one. And keep in mind, I still got the world's best antenna. Looks like that light is actually maybe staying on a touch. We might be getting into some trouble here.
Including Boss Silverados too. While you're here, check out the stylish Tahoes featuring a blend of contemporary design and legendary performance. Come see us at Beardmore Chevrolet, where you drive.
Well, we're down onto the edge of the broadcast band there.
Eastern Nebraska's #1 listing and selling Century 21 office would like to thank you, their clients and customers. Your loyalty and confidence continues to keep them one of the top Century 21s in the country. When it's time to buy or sell your home, put your trust in their dedicated and professionally trained sales and support team. Stop by their office at 2200 Call them at 291-4800 and experience for yourself the customer service your friends and neighbors have come to expect from Century 21 Century Real Estate.
Shadow Ridge is Omaha's premier country.
Total evidence. That,
M500 light and all sports, concert, and theater tickets go unsold. So how come we're all paying so much when so many seats go empty? We're found a way to work directly with teams and venues to get their unsold seats and pass the huge savings on to you. Big.com, we guarantee you'll save on great sports, concert, and theater tickets. And we're not talking about last-minute nosebleed seats to events you don't want to see, but millions of great seats for
Give
the
the
best
FRG
events.
credit. You know, it's about on the nut there. I think that's
Big.com,
KFAB.
when you successfully name a ticket price, on average... shipping charges ever. There are lots of places to buy tickets, but if you really want to save, then check out scorebig.com.
And now save even more at scorebig.com. Click on the radio mic and enter code 7171, and we'll take an additional $20 off your ticket purchase. That's scorebig.com, promo code 7171.
I'm Jay Farner with some great news. Now you can save an average of $3,000 per year on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. The HARP guidelines have changed. There's less paperwork and often no appraisal required. Call 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN. Or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call for cost information. Equal housing lender, license law 50 states, and law number 3030.
When you need to wash dishes, you use...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's KFAB. We can't miss it. It's like 50 kW. And it has a crap load of commercials.
It does and does what it says. And now it's as low as $2.39 a can at Napa. Just $2.39 for CRC brake clean. To get your brakes, yeah, that's right.
Great day to have windy.
Napa know-how. And for just stores while supplies last. Offer expires 8/31/15.
The 6 o'clock hour is brought to you by Edwards Auto Group, where virtually every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty.
From the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sioux City Traffic Center, a few wrecks to avoid this evening as you make your way home. We've got
Hawkeyes practice. You think that...
Set de Queen por $188 y Set de King por solo $398. Todos los colchones son nuevos y de marca reconocida. Dale un like en Facebook.
Okay, well, we're just having a little fun here. So what I'm doing now is a lot of these screws are rusty around the perimeter. They're locked in place, so I put a little penetrating oil on them. Gee, here come the motorcycles. That's a new one. Well, amazingly enough, they have helmets. So I'm just going to bust these screws loose. That one's loose. Okay. And we're just kind of working over the hardware. We're not in any big hurry. That one's not too bad. Oh, that one's really in there. Here we go. And it wouldn't surprise me. Some of these, like this one here, I actually turned it and it just literally fell apart. You can see it's coming unraveled. That's okay. Way over here on the RF deck, this shouldn't be an issue, and it should just appear to be. Okay. Well, the plan is I want to go through and get this all kind of up and running. After I'm convinced there's nothing broke on it, I'll probably take both these boards off. I can't take the back off, and that battery compartment, I'm just going to strip it down, probably repaint it or do something with it. But so far, things appear to be working along swimmingly. This is down on the broadcast band. There's a little issue. The lock light doesn't want to totally extinguish down there.
all will say,
we're still working. A little bit more tweaking. Yet we haven't really replaced a darn thing. Amazing what a little elbow grease can do. You always replace the elbow grease first as opposed to hacking at any caps. It's still nasty looking. And you know, there's nothing to stop me from cleaning this up and leaving this big... Yeah, about that. Hey, whatever lets you sleep at night. Anyway. So I'm just going to keep playing here a little bit.
We don't worry about it.
yeah, they got a tropical storm down there. They got one in Atlantic. It looks like it's going to move in. It's hurricane winds now, but it looks like if it hits land, it'll be up North Carolina, up that way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had church.
Oh, well, up around 14 megahertz. Amateur radio is kind of near there. They seem to be popping in there just stucky. Well, so we'll do a little body work on the FRG side. First off, we'll just wipe off all the loose dirt. Looks like the old handles broke up here. There are no feet, no feeder. That's no big deal. It's kind of a nice Yaesu thing. They put feet on the side so you can set the thing on the side. Now this is a different story. We'll work on that later. Let's just give her, how about a little bath? Like somebody with a smoker. That's one of the reasons some people won't buy a item from a smoker. They're just kind of big oily messes. Oh well, yeah. I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you don't care about something anymore, just give it away. The handle's not perfect, but it already feels better. My towel is taking it on the chin. Actually, the bottom's in pretty good shape on there. What do we got over here? Just give her a little bath. We're not trying to break any records here. Actually, this probably had feet on it, and the seller probably tore them off or finished breaking them off. Only one pass, too. Yeah, it's not pretty. I'm going to tell you what we'll do. One of the miracles of the 21st century are chemicals. This is actually just what it says it is, but it's highly diluted. I really water this stuff down. You never know what some of those cleaners will do to the face of stuff, and we just let that sit there and gnaw its way through there. So we'll just try and wipe this bottom off a little bit. Oh look, we made a clean spot. Well, unfortunately I'm going to have to put you down. Well, I can put you on the tripod if I want.
Break off it.
Okay. So it looks like it ran down the side and then ran into here. Made it clear to here. What that is, that's some serious goo. Rub that off. Some sort of crud on those pegs. But that cleaner seems to be eating through it.
Weird.
Don't move, it's paint gray, so it won't last a long time. Yeah, there's something going on here. When I twist the chassis, it moves the... We've kind of found a little chink in the FRG's armor. There's something going on there. Well, you didn't think it was perfect, did you? Well, there's something going on here. Sorry if you don't like baseball, that's all it's on this time of night. Actually, the sun's kind of going down on me here in the clouds here. So you just keep kind of scrubbing, and I'll take the, actually I'm going to take this face off. You take all the knobs off and loosen a few screws, and that black inside face comes off. Then you can take this band off. But just with a little elbow grease, you can make it look a lot better. Going around the outside, I've already cleaned it up quite a bit. My rag's about done. Oh, there's a clean spot. It's just from wiping the face. Nothing special. Gonna have to go wash my hand with oven cleaner to get my hand cleaned up. That's interesting. I wonder what that's about. Yeah, a few little bugs to be expected.
about throwing one in the dirt, as he does here, and Jack Jr.
If whatever's going on is getting worse, it's going further down.